Hello everyone, this is going to be a retro gaming throwback Thursday kind of episode. We're going to take a look at the original Game Boy. I got one here in mint condition from 1995, and we're going to compare it with the Arduboy. The Arduboy just came out on Kickstarter, and so we're going to compare the two, and we're going to do a little hacking here on the Arduboy. So stay with us, that's what's coming up. Hello and welcome to Roanoke Hobby and Electronics. So as I mentioned, this will be a little bit of a throwback episode. We're going to take a look at the original Game Boy. As they go back in time, the early to mid 1990s, the consoles have been out for a while. The Atari 2600, the Atari 5200, the NES. But they were all consoles, and handheld games just wasn't really there yet. But then Nintendo came out with the Game Boy, and that kind of changed the whole market there, made gaming portable, and so just a whole new thing. So I've opened up the box here, and so this is an unboxing 20 years later kind of thing. So you had some paperwork in here, and it included a cable so that you could connect two Game Boys together and you could play against somebody else. So the games, just like the consoles, were in cartridges. But I can remember thinking back when I got my first Game Boy, I was like, wow, these cartridges are tiny. How they fit the whole game in there? So, So anyway, and here's the Game Boy, and I remember thinking, it's like, hey, that's pretty easy to hold and hang on to. That's not too bad. And you had to load the cartridges in and fire it up a little bit here. And right off the bat, when I got this one at the store, when I found this and said, oh, I'm sorry, I got rid of my old Game Boy, and so I picked this one up. And the first thing I thought was, I don't remember the screen being that dim. That there is a little bit of a control there for contrast. You got the volume on this side, and then the where you could plug in the cable to connect two Game Boys. But the more someone else here at the collab reminded me, it's like, yeah, it was always that way. They sold an accessory then that attached on the top that had a couple lights in there, and a magnifying lens that made it easier to see and play. And I had forgotten all about that. So really had gotten spoiled with the games. So then you have your directional controller, your select and start button, and the game started. And then you have your A and B buttons, and it's just pointing that out because it's a little bit funny because when we move over to the Arduboy, when it was people first could see the design, seemed like to me there was a little bit of a debate about which was supposed to be the A and the B button, because everyone was like so ingrained in the way the Game Boys did it. This was B, this is A. It's the other way around on Arduboy. The inside button's A and the outside button's B. But one of the things that we're going to talk about with the Arduboy is you've got the source code. You can change things around. So if you want to switch the buttons, well, then, have at it. That's what's so great about the Arduboy. So I'm not going to spend a whole lot more time. I just thought it'd be kind of fun to show the original Game Boy, because we're going to next take a look at the Arduboy, and I briefly touched on this on a previous video, and we're just going to go over it a little bit again on how to load games on the Arduboy, and then we're going to jump in. We're going to take my current favorite game right at the moment, and we're going to load it on there, and then we're going to show how to make some changes to make the game play more to my liking, just to demonstrate on how hackable it is. So coming up next will be the Arduboy. So okay, we got the Arduboy now up on the screen, and like I said, this was on Kickstarter last year, and it was very popular. It had a very good following. It's got a really good community that is behind it, and there are several game developers out there that are putting out some really fun games for the Arduboy. And here's the Arduboy site, the Kickstarter quick start guide. So there's some documentation on how to load games onto the Arduboy. It's got a game on there already by default, so the pre-order is available. They just announced they finished getting all the Kickstarter units shipped, so then very soon the pre-order units will start shipping, and you'll have a game to play as soon as you get the package and you open it up. But the very next thing you'll probably want to do is load on a different game. And Team ARG is one of the groups that is putting out some really good games, and my current favorite game right now is the Virus LQP79. You can go to the downloads page, and they have the Arduboy version and the dev kit version. There was a developer kit that came out early on, so there's just a slight difference between the two, but to get this game loaded on, and that's what we're going to kind of step through a little bit, is that you're just going to download this. You're going to unzip it, and you'll have a folder with all the source code that you need, and all you need to do then is drop that folder on Windows. The default folder for your sketchbook is under Documents, Arduino, and then you just drop the folder in here, and then when you open up the IDE, it's going to see that the game is there. So what we're going to do next, then, we're going to open up the Arduino IDE, and they cover this on the Quick Start. And we go up here to Files and Preferences, and on the Quick Start, they got the URL that you will copy and paste here where it says Additional Board Manager. You drop that in. It's going to add the Arduboy to the IDE, so you can select it as the board that you're loading. And then we'll go to Tools. Actually, it's Sketch, Include Library, Manage Libraries, and if you type in, go to the filter your search, type in Arduboy. There we go. I have to make sure I select all. Type in Arduboy. You'll see the Arduboy library. I've already installed it. When they come out with updated versions, you can update to the new library. I have got the 1.0.0 library loaded in here. So I've already got the library. We've loaded in the board manager. So then you go to tools, click on boards, and then the Arduboy and the Arduboy dev kit is available. And so let's see here. There we go. All right, so I've got my USB cable here, and click that, plug that in, and with the dev kit, you plugged it in and it loaded up the game. With the finished product, you plug it in. You actually have to flip the switch there and turn it on. So on Windows, under port, once you plugged it in, you've turned it on, it should show up as one of the COM points, and it'll say Arduino Leonardo, because that's the chip that's in the Arduboy, so that the IDE is going to see it like that. Even though you've selected Arduboy, it's going to label that on the COM point. If you don't get the right COM point right off the bat, you may have to dive a little deeper into Windows to find out which COM port. But every time I've tried it, it picks it up, and it knows which COM port it's plugged into. And let's see, the other tip, once you can open up, and there's the folder that we're talking about dropping. Get that where you can see it. Went to File and then Open. It's going to go to the default folder for the sketches. You're going to see the folder for the game. And there it is right there. There's the game right there. Click Open. And I had already had it open, so go up here, verify and compile. Should compile the sketch and not give you any errors. But that was the tip I wanted to say, is that when you load in and you go to compile, if you get some strange errors, like out of scope errors, at least for me, it was because I forgot to select the Arduboy as the board. By default, it's going to be the Arduino Uno by default. And if you try to compile this sketch with the Arduino Uno selected, you're going to get some strange errors. So if you see some errors on that first try, make sure you got the right board selected. So that was just a little tip I'm going to throw in there that I had noticed. So anyway, so compiled without any errors. So I'm going to click the button here to upload. It'll go through the compile. You'll see the lights blinking there on the Arduboy as it's loading the game up. Okay, so the game is loaded. And we're just going to take a little peek here. We're just going to play the game just as it is out of the box. So, and hopefully I can get it so I don't have some really horrible screen glare there. But you have play, info, configure. You can turn the sound on and off. If the sound is like annoying someone in the room, you can turn the sound off. I'm going to go back up here to play, and we're going to start off on level 1. And I'll check the focus here, make sure you can see it. There we go. Okay. Alright, we're going to start off with level 1. So there's your main character. She's sporting a gun there, And the object of this game is rescuing the villagers. So the zombies have taken over, and there's some surviving villagers, and your character has a mission to save the villagers. So as you can see, it takes 2 hits to kill a zombie, and about 1 out of 10 gives you the little heart there, so you can get some more life. And then once you've picked up both villagers, then the door to the exit opens. And there's a coin. Sometimes you don't get anything. Don't get anything. Still don't get anything. So we're going to exit and go to the next level. So we're going to talk about hacking it then. So just my personal preference, I'd like to make this gameplay a little bit different. Instead of 2 hits to kill a zombie, I just want to maybe just have 1 hit. And instead of 1 out of 10 zombies giving you a heart, let's bump those odds up there a little bit. Let's make it a little easier to get some more health to keep playing. Rescued both my villagers. And the Team ARG website has got some really good detail to show you how to play the game and what each button does. But yeah, when the zombies really gang up on you, that 2 hits does if you like playing in the difficult level, that's fine. But if you want to play it a little bit easier, then that's what we're going to go into next. So we're going to get back up here to the code, and they've got several of the source files that are needed, and I'm not going to make this a tutorial on actually how to code these games, but I am going to just I took some time to look around to see, all right, where can I make some changes? I've got the source code. What can I do with that? So there was the player, okay, for the source code for the player, and right off the bat here, the object cool girl, look, pickups available. It's like coin, inactive, which I guess that's when you don't get anything. Coin, heart. There's the some health. And as you can see in this array, this must be an array that contains all the things that you can get. So I wanna bump those odds up a little bit. So I'm gonna copy that one, and instead of only 1 out of 10. Let's see. Okay, there's 3 coins. That's a little too many coins there. So I'm going to paste in another heart, and we're going to go back over here. Here's inactive. Well, that's a little bit too many inactives. So I'm going to paste in another heart. So getting health then is going to be a little bit easier. We've kind of bumped it up. So that was in the source code for the player. Well, here's the source code for the enemies. I bet that's where you control the zombies. And sure enough, if you scroll down a little bit, I clicked on the wrong tab. There we go. Enemies, there's the source code. So we've got the zombie object that's being created here, and sure enough, here is health equals 2. Well, I bet you that's how many hits it takes to kill a zombie. So I'm going to change that to 1. So we're going to make it a little easier to get some extra health, and we're going to make it a little easier to kill the zombies. So, okay, this is just modifying the game to make it more like the way you like it. Of course, you know, if you were playing some kind of a competition or something, well, this would be cheating. But you're not playing competition. You're not playing online. You're only playing just on your own Arduboy. So what's the harm in making a few changes, right? So the best way to learn to code games for the Arduboy is just look at some of the code that's already out there. Like I said, there's several really good games being created. So take a look at that source code and learn what you can with what's freely available. So we made some changes. I've hit save. So we're going to head and we're going to hit the button here to upload, and it's going to go through and it's going to recompile. And I didn't get any errors, so it looks like it's going to upload. You can see it's blinking. It's uploading the code. So it's successful, and it goes back to the opening screen there again. So now we're going to take a look at of what we got here. We've made some mods, so we're going to go back into the game here. We're going to go back to level 1, and we're going to go right here and save our first villager. And the zombies don't take too long to show up. Boom! One hit, zombies gone. That was two zombies. There's going to be a horde of them coming up here. There's some health right there. We got some health a little sooner. Oh, there's another one. Boom. Take care of that guy. Get the second villager. So now the exit's going to be available. Oh, pick up some extra health on the way out. So there you go. Quick and easy. It just took a little while to look through the source code and learn a little bit while you're at it. And they, you know, really did a good job. The way they've coded with there's plenty of comments, so you can see how they've done things. So big thumbs up for Team ARG. This is an excellent game. I love playing this game. This is my current favorite, but they've already, since this game's come out, they've already created at least 2 more new games that are out there. So there's going to be plenty of games out there for you to check out with the Arduboy. So like I said, the pre-orders I think are available, and it won't be much longer before they start shipping the pre-orders. So that's it. That's our retro gaming Arduboy meets the Game Boy episode, and so hope that was some fun taking a look at that, and we're going to wrap it up. So be sure and visit the blog roanokhobby.info, and appreciate you stopping by. If you found the video useful, give us a thumbs up, and be sure and subscribe to the channel. That way you'll know when we got some new videos out. So appreciate you stopping by, and we'll see you next time.